Welcome back to Disney World Facts, hosted by me, the guy whose face melted at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, Part 24. Did you know that the Epcot ball is trans? That's it for Disney World Facts.
Hi, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
It's good to see you.
It is lovely to see you. It is too early.
It is.
I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And this is the first, best, and only morning show in existence. Saige,
yes.
do you think they can hear that fan as much as we can hear that fan? It's so loud this morning.
It is a little loud this morning.
Can you hear? If you can't hear it, then we don't care. You can hear it a little. Okay. All right. Yeah, you can hear the fan.
While I'm up, we've also somehow moved a little.
We've moved a little. Doors are open. Fans are loud. This is the show. We've got so many wonderful things.
I would have to move the ball pit to close the door. How do we feel about that?
You have to move the ball pit.
Okay.
Love it.
It's fine. The air conditioning's out there. But trap us in.
Trap us in.
Trap us in.
I'd
Fan off. AC locked out.
I'd
Let's
love
go.
to just be schwitzing by the end of this.
Well, do I have the show for you?
Is it really a news show if you ain't schwitzing by the end of it? That's what I want to know.
If you're not schwitzing, you're not paying attention.
If you're not schwitzing, you're not paying attention. You can remember it because
I
it rhymes. It's an
Anthony,
old
I
nursery
fumbled it.
rhyme
Let
from
me
the
have
old
this. You
country.
coulda let it
I'm
go.
letting it ride. I'm turning it into a thing. It's an old nursery rhyme from the old country, and you Gentiles probably don't know about it.
Yeah.
I'm already learning new vocabulary. Schwitzing. Schwitzing, yeah.
Yeah, schwitzing is generally used for sweating.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying German. Yeah, it's probably correct.
Schweitzen. Yeah.
Schwitzen. Schwitzen, on the other hand, as we're
Schwitzen.
saying it, is just bad Yiddish.
Yeah, because Yiddish is just German and Hebrew,
Yeah.
and a little bit of Slavic languages thrown together.
Yep.
There are a lot of cool cognates in Yiddish, and they all have to do with bodily functions. So schwitzen is sweating, pischen is pissing, and
Yeah.
tanzen is dancing. And that's now you can pass for Jewish, which will get you all of the benefits of being Jewish.
What do you get? Please, Anthony, tell me, because I haven't certainly been taking advantage.
Genocided once every 100 years. Let's go.
Woo! We got news about games, and that seems like a personally, fuck. A perfectly reasonable place to start from today. I don't know, man. It's
Too early?
Too early.
Yeah, it's a show name, but it's also a promise. Look, we normally start with gaming news, but we have to jump right into it. The fucking Beezy went to space.
The fucking Beezy went to, like, kind of space.
For as much as the Beezy was talking shit about going into space, he went to space for 4 minutes. He has a bazillion dollars, and he fucking went to space. Big fucking deal.
Big fucking deal. He didn't go that far.
Big penis man made his big penis ship and went into big penis space for 4 minutes.
That is the most phallic spaceship I've ever seen in my life. That big old rocket dick there.
It's ridiculous.
Also,
It
yes,
is
I
just...
agree. It's space. He went to just barely what is considered space, just so that he could say he did it.
They made him take off his fancy cowboy hat for the photo.
Fucking good.
Do you remember? Did you see his fancy cowboy hat? This motherfucker.
Anthony.
What happened? I don't know anything about anything. What are we talking about? Look at this motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker right here. In his cowboy hat.
Stupid piece of shit.
He's never worn a cowboy hat before in his life.
And yet, he decided he wants to be a space cowboy.
He will never wear... because this is what he thinks.
Yeah.
Literal cowboy spaceman.
Yeah.
It's just the boomer dream.
Yeah.
He's just a cowboy. He's a cowboy astronaut now. And he said, oh, thank you to all of the employees and Amazon customers because you paid for this. Eat shit.
Then, hey, man.
What What a fucking tone-deaf thing to say.
Why was your whole space flight longer than their lunch breaks then, man?
What's up? What's up? It's
11
easier to
minutes?
pee in a spacesuit than it is to pee in an Amazon warehouse if you're an employee.
It was a 12-minute trip, right? 11 or 12?
5.
5 actually in space.
Five actually like up and down, I think, but you know. It fucking sucked. And I didn't want yeah, exactly. H. Acosta in the live studio audience. I didn't want to pay for that.
No,
that's not what I wanted to pay for.
No.
Let me tell you something. The same day that this happened, there was a headline coming out of Ohio where a pizza place decided to give the entire day's profits to the staff because the staff hadn't been able to work in a while. Mm-hmm. The staff made of a small pizza place in Ohio made $78 an hour that day. Jeff Bezos is paying everybody in his warehouses minimum wage, and he got to go into space with the money.
He got to go to fucking space with their money.
Hey.
It's their money. Today, as much as, and maybe even a little more than every other day, eat the fucking rich.
Eat the fucking rich.
And start with the Beezy, I swear to God.
The director of the LA missions, thank you, Kaylin Rohr, for all of the generous donations, or generous subs. The head of the LA missions coalition was, a clip of him was going around yesterday. He's like, go to space for fun, see what it's like. Let's see if we can explore space for fun. Why don't we see if we can stop homelessness for fun? Just for funsies.
Just for fun.
Hey, for fun, could you stop homelessness? Just for fun.
If you could.
Just to see if you could. To see if the indomitable human spirit could explore the idea of people not being homeless. I don't know. I don't know.
You know I'm very bad with numbers, but I saw a TikTok yesterday that ran through some statistics while he was on his space mission, of course, of, 5 minutes. If he solved homelessness, which would cost about $300 million of just
that's less than that's as much money as it takes to make a Marvel movie.
$300 million. He would still have $66 billion at the end of it, and that would be if he did not make any money in the time he was doing it.
He makes $2,700 a minute. At $2,700 a minute, there's literally no way for him to get rid of his money. He can't.
He can't do it.
He can't give it away. His ex-wife is trying, and she's given she gave like billions to charity this year and wound up richer at the end.
On accident.
Because once these people are rich enough, there's no way it's imaginary money. It doesn't matter. It's like the end of a game of Cookie Clicker.
Uh-huh.
When you're just watching it and you're just like, there's nothing, I can just do as much as I want right now.
Yeah.
That's where they're at. And this motherfucker decided he was going to wear a cowboy hat and play Space Cowboy. Look at him, the Space Cowboy. Brought his brother up. If you're going to space, bring your brother. Now, of course, he did bring Wally Funk, which is exciting, but is also a total PR move.
Yup.
Because he's like, if they talk shit about me going into space, they're talking shit on Wally Funk.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Additionally,
this was a failing of NASA and of us to not send Wally Funk into space.
Yep.
But you are not the good guy for taking her along so we don't talk shit about your stupid cowboy hat.
That's a distraction at best, and it's not working. You can also see the person on the other side of them.
He looks like he's going to sell me Dogecoin.
There was an anonymous auction where somebody bought a seat. There was an auction for a seat on the BZ's spacecraft.
Great.
Spent millions of dollars to get on it. But
Great.
that person had to cancel. They couldn't make it. They were busy.
They were too busy to go to space.
They were too busy to go to space. So this is who they ended up giving the ticket to. Was like a 19-year-old kid. I don't know.
I want to explain this to you. They talk a big game about how important it is and going to space and how it's a dream and how it's the dream of humanity. But they probably had to fucking frack some drinking water somewhere.
Yep.
And it was really important. And so they're like, I'll go to space next time. Because this once in a lifetime opportunity, they just bought it. They'll just buy it again.
Yeah.
They'll just buy it again. If this one goes well, they'll go on the better one next time. Let the kid go this time. I'll go on the better one.
Yeah. Fuck it, man.
Jeff Bezos went to space.
Barely. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos. Get fucked. I'm not impressed.
Jeff Bezos went to space, and we're all worried that our landlords are going to raise our rent during a pandemic.
Get wrecked.
Get wrecked.
Get absolutely wrecked. Now, should we talk about games?
Let's go to games. We had to get that out of the way.
We did. We had to get that out of the way. We should talk about the most important thing happening right now.
Sure. Oh. This is important breaking news. Yeah, a lot of you know Ross Odonovan for different things. Ross Odonovan is, of course, a member of the Game Grumps. He's an animator. He is a prolific creator of Mario Maker levels. But you may also know him
as the guy who ate 999 eggs in Final Fantasy XIV.
That's right. He stood around all day while people were handing him eggs, and he ate 999 eggs. This was, this was right when we were beginning the show. This might have been one of our first episodes.
Was it that long ago?
I think so.
We definitely covered it here on the show. It was a big deal. A lot of people gathered around.
Now, these eggs, in Final Fantasy, you should know it's not like click egg and HP is added. There's an egg animation. Mm-hmm. You have to sit and watch him eat the eggs.
Yes, each individual egg. And he saw how many people gathered around and talked about his 999 eggs, and he said...
He was a folk hero. He brought hope to the people.
He said, I could do it. I could do better than that. 999 eggs is one stack of eggs in your inventory. To fill your inventory with stacks of eggs, it would be able to be filled with 138,000 eggs.
That's a lot of eggs. That's a lot of eggs.
Again, in Final Fantasy XIV, I'd like to remind you all, this is not happening in real life.
Yeah. This is not a Cool Hand Luke situation. Which even a Cool Hand Luke situation is not real. But you know what I'm saying. He started yesterday. He's still going. It's been like 15 hours.
It's been 15 hours since I saw the release of it, and he's currently still streaming.
Let's check in with Ross O'Donovan eating the eggs. Yep, there he goes.
Yep, he's eating eggs.
Yeah, he's still eating eggs.
Now, in 15 hours, look how much is left in his inventory.
This is what Square envisioned. This is the Final Fantasy. Now,
in the title, his handle is Rubber Ninja on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
In the title, it says every 1,000 subs, 999 eggs are added. Now, he's not on camera. I think he's talking.
He's on mic.
He's just saying egg on repeat for the most part.
That's all he's doing.
He's just saying egg. Currently, 1,600 people are watching that, and that's all that's happening.
And he keeps doing it. He is the hero that we need. He is the hero that we deserve. He is the Rubber Ninja, and we wish him all the best.
We do. We'll probably check in a bit later, see how he's doing on his egg journey.
You know, if I had one just little piece of feedback.
Do tell.
I would like a real-time count of these eggs, and I don't think there is one on the overlay.
No, that's true. It would probably be a lot to keep up, though.
I guess.
Maybe there's something in the chat or something.
I hope so. I hope somebody's keeping track of these eggs.
Somebody's got to be keeping track of these 138,000 eggs, of course. Egg counter on OBS? Yeah, you know the thing built into OBS.
Yeah, just the egg counter. You just use the egg counter. They have egg timers. Why can't they have egg counters? Whoa. Did I just blow your mind?
You would make a bunch of money off of the next person
that
wants to do this.
I could go to space.
Maybe.
Just for fun.
You could go to space.
If I'm not too busy that day.
Dovachrono in chat, in the live studio audience, theorizing that he has an automation running to eat said eggs and recorded himself saying egg at intervals.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's not very Ross. That's not a very Ross thing to do. I think he's doing it legit. We'll check back it because it's not at a. If you watch it for a little while, it's not at a steady clip, and he is saying different stuff, and he is kind of talking.
Yeah, he's talked throughout. Currently, when we checked in, he was just saying egg.
I mean, it's been a while. been a while. And he's probably very tired, and probably all that's in his head right now is egg.
It's all that's in my head right now is egg, and I'm not even doing it.
All that's in my head is egg. That's me after I go to the breakfast buffet. That's what I say to myself. Hey, we've been talking about that that Steam Deck, but not the Stream Deck.
Not the Stream Deck. The Stream Deck looks perfectly good as well. But we have been talking about the Steam Deck a lot. And one of the things that we said was we were waiting for more people to get their hands on them, or they were doing a review not in the Valve offices.
Right, and we were also, and also just to get more information from Valve. Like, as people started asking deeper and deeper questions, how is Valve going to respond to them? And a couple of very interesting things. Okay, first of all, I'd like to take a moment to go to the live studio audience and explain that some people are shadow banned. I'd like to make a list of the people who are shadow banned right now. Fabio is butter, shadow banned for saying he's exhausted. Kalen Roar, shadow banned for saying easy way to get your brain scrambled. Flannel Fries, shadow banned for saying he's gonna crack. Dova Chrono, shadow banned for saying what he's doing is excellent. Cassidy Weaver, shadow banned for saying this task is not over easy. And now back to Steam Deck news.
Did you see Lee Green Griffins?
Yeah, but he's not shadow banned for that. No, that's fine. That's fine. So we had a couple big questions about the Steam Deck. I'm sure you did too. First of all, is it actually big enough to use as a breakfast tray? If it was Mother's Day and I was going to bring my mom breakfast in bed, could I put it on a Steam Deck?
And the answer is absolutely.
The answer is absolutely.
You could fit a nice plate that probably has some scrambled eggs and toast on it.
Could I replace my bathtub desk that I use in the bathtub to prop up my Switch and play bathtub games? Could I just use the Steam Deck
and set your Switch on it?
And then set my Switch on it and play 2 games at once in the bathtub?
Yes.
Could be. But there were other important questions that people answered too, weren't there?
Probably.
First of all, one that I know a lot of people were asking about is the speed of running a game off an SD card.
Uh-huh.
That was huge.
Yeah, that was, absolutely. Because we were wondering if it was worth it to go for the larger storage.
Yeah, because, these they say it's $399, but of course the $399 version of the Steam Deck is 64 gigs of internal storage space, and that's all you get. Now, we do have an update on that as well. We'll talk about that in a moment, but it turns out that IGN video, all of those games were running off the SD card. Loading times are going to be affected, obviously, especially for those large AAA games that have large loading times right off the top. The ones that begin with like a long time. Your Skyrims and stuff. Your big open world games that load up in the beginning.
Right. Craig Gameplays in the live studio audience said, I just want to play Skater X on a plane.
Ethan, you sweet baby boy, how the hell are you?
Hi.
Good to see you, Ethan.
Hello and welcome in. Yeah, that's fair. But you would have to take up a secondary seat, of course, to make room for your Steam Deck.
Yeah.
You would need to reserve
You'd have
the
to get a
whole
companion ticket like I do for my dog. And I would have to choose between being the Steam Deck, or bringing the Steam Deck and bringing my boy.
Right, exactly. You would have to choose between Dagger and the Steam Deck.
And, please don't put me in that position. Please don't put me in that position.
Because otherwise you're sitting on a plane like this. That's just rude.
It's just rude.
Don't be rude. Don't be that guy.
Yeah, we absolutely will. We absolutely will come over to the new place soon, Ethan. Are you sweet boy? We were just talking about Ross eating the eggs, Ethan. So the SD card will have an intense loading time off the bat, but streaming data, games that kind of load on the fly, open world games shouldn't have a problem with it. And that really made me feel a lot better. I've actually seen some YouTube channels that are running, sort of like just for funsies comparisons of loading times off of SSDs and SD cards with the same sort of hardware.
Yeah.
So
and get an estimate for people that are pre-ordering.
Yeah, and it turns out it's pretty good, especially if you get an A2 memory card. Those are the ones that have like non-sequential read-write.
Yeah.
Apparently it's fine, which is good for me because I pre-ordered the 64 gig version.
Yeah, that would be the actually $399 one.
I fucking rolled the dice on that.
You can't do half of that motion.
I rolled the dice on that.
That's way better.
I rolled the dice on that one. I roll the dice on the cheapest version of the Steam Deck just to see what would happen.
You know
Snake eyes.
You know how Anthony's always saying that he loves to be a GIF? At the end of the show, he's all literally, and I'm not joking, at the end of the show, he always says how much he loves to be a GIF. You know what to do.
So, first of all, that SD card speed is going to be fine. The other big thing that we heard about is that Valve actually downplayed a little bit of how good this hardware is.
Which is very interesting.
It's very interesting. Initially, we talked about 16 gigs of dual channel memory coming in the Steam Deck. It's quad channel.
Now, why? Like, did they think what did they think, they weren't going to be able to pull it off?
It's quad channel. I don't know. Maybe somebody misspoke during the IGN thing. Maybe there was a typo in the site at first. They were updating things as they went.
Yeah.
But it's quad channel RAM, and the reason that is so important. Now, normally I'd be like, yeah, quad channel, dual channel, like whatever. Because the Steam Deck uses an APU. It uses one of those integrated systems. It's kind of like the new Macs where every component in your system shares the main system RAM. Your graphics card, your processor, everything has to run off the main system RAM. So when you have quad channel speed, that effectively doubles the speed that these components can get access to system RAM, which means this thing is going to be even faster. It's going to have a little moxie.
I'm a little upset I didn't reserve one.
Are you?
I'm a little bummed.
I knew you would be. But you know what? We're gonna have one here at this. I'm gonna order one. I'll bring it over.
Right.
You'll get to mess around with it. You'll get to ride it like a penny board.
Yeah.
Because it's, I mean, actually probably like a full deck. Yeah, like a nickel.
Yeah.
Like a nickel.
Yeah.
Because you and then the Steam Deck.
Me.
You.
What?
Me. You.
Steam Deck.
It's reservations already booked up. So they keep getting farther and farther away. So I did it the morning of. So if you're still looking to reserve one, you can. The wait times get longer and longer. So Q3 is, I think, where they're at for the 512s right now, the largest one. But here's the other thing that they found out. You can replace the SSD. Now, it's a very expensive type of SSD, and it's not hugely available right now, but you could replace that SSD later. It's just in a slot. It's not soldered to the board. It's in your head. Like an egg.
Yeah. I do want to point out that I'm getting shaded in the live studio audience by Tianmar, who said Saige would love to order one and never take it out of its box.
Yeah.
I'll have you know.
That's the other thing, Saige. Would you use it? Would you use it?
I don't have time. No, but in theory,
she hooked up her PS5 2 weeks before she moved and then never turned it on. And then had to box it back up. Is it hooked up in your house?
Well, no.
Well, no.
Well, no, but nothing's hooked up in my house. Nothing works in my house right now.
Sure.
Absolutely not. For travel, maybe.
For travel, sure.
Yeah, if I bring a full duffel bag for it.
Yeah. Well, what they'll do is, I heard they're releasing backpack straps for it.
Oh, like for snowboards.
Yeah, you can put the little backpack straps on, and you can go like you're going to school.
Son of Orpheus said, put the Steam Deck on Anne's shelf. No, it would actually. And I'm not joking. I think it would actually be.
I think it's big. I think it's bigger than the shelf.
I think it's bigger.
I think
than
it might
our
be
shelf.
longer than the shelf. I think Anne is a 10-inch decorative shelf, and I think the Steam Deck is 11 inches long.
Yeah.
Why is it that long?
Too long.
Too long.
Bijan, hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Bijan.
Hi, friend, it's good to see you.
Bijan, how did the live Fun City go?
Ooh, did it happen already? Very exciting.
Was it good?
Tell us all about it.
Tell us all. You should all listen. Obviously, Bijan is here on Sunday nights for One Time on the Internet. But when he's not doing that, he is part of Fun City, which is a Shadowrun actual play podcast, which is very good. I hear he's also a journalist, but I've never seen it.
we've seen a lot of it. It's great. We've actually
I've
read
never
Beach
seen
Beast
it.
on the show We Love You Beach.
If he writes words, I ain't read them.
I read them every week on One Time on the Internet. Hey, y'all, check it out. Crank Gameplays also said, wait, is it that big? Yeah, dude, it's that big.
2 inches longer than a Switch.
2 inches longer than a Switch. Usually you're getting into this like point blank of size in like mobile or like travel devices. But no, 2 full fucking inches and almost a pound heavier. It's wild.
It is, baby, it's wild out there in the new future of handheld devices. And speaking of which, somebody else is getting into the handheld games game.
Oh?
The game of handheld games. Now, we are a business show.
We are, of course. Anthony has his street MBA.
That's right. I earned it on the streets. And Saige is past the bar in the state of Virginia, so she is allowed to practice law and dispense legal advice.
Absolutely.
So as a business show, we thought that we would report on this very interesting thing. This story is developing insanely fast.
It is. It's something that we spoke about last week, which was Netflix hiring somebody to get into games. They hired like a VP of games. Yeah, fuck that picture, man. We reported last week that they had reported that they were getting into games. They had hired like a VP of game development.
Sometimes Windows 11 is like taskbar stays, and sometimes it's like taskbar goes.
Yeah. Honestly,
Beta.
whatever it's in the mood for.
Whatever
you know?
it's in the mood for.
Here, we'll do this.
Hey,
This
that's
one's
even better.
mine. And we were talking about whether or not it was going to be included in the subscription price. We were talking about what kind of games that they would be into. And we already have an update. One, we know we're definitely getting mobile games.
They want to start mobile first.
And it is included in your Netflix subscription price.
Initially,
For now.
they say.
For now.
So this is interesting. You know, they've dipped their toes into mobile gaming before. You know, they developed that Stranger Things game for mobile. They're thinking about like they want to slowly get in there with like an Apple Arcade style thing. They want it to just work for everybody right off the bat. You know, it'll be interesting to see how that actually works. Because Apple Arcade, of course, downloads every game as an app. It's connected to the back-end account of the entire thing.
Right.
How will a Netflix gaming service work? Will it be installing these games within the Netflix app? Because Apple's not going to give them permission to install apps without asking.
Of course.
It should be interesting.
A very interesting question here from G-Rex said, is this going to be like Disney Channel where they're going to be TV show themed little games?
Yes.
But like, does it not feel like we're kind of in a cycle here of just like, okay, Netflix a lot, like personally, I use it on my like PC the most, honestly, because I just leave it up in another window, like on my other monitor. So it's like going back to browser games if they really get into games built into Netflix.
Yeah.
Which, again, is like Disney.com when we were a kid had all of these Disney show-themed games.
Sure.
All of those...
Cartoon Network had a bunch of them.
Cartoon Network had a bunch of them. Nick.com had a bunch of them for, like, children's games.
Yeah.
Are we not just doing that again? Are we just doing mobile games instead of Flash games, but it's the exact same idea?
So the answer is kind of yes. Because they said that their games on mobile devices will initially be focused on existing Netflix IP. So
What do you think's first? Take your guess.
they can't do Witcher.
No, there's no way.
They can't do Witcher. I mean, if
That was
they
the first thing that came to mind for me, too, and I was like, that's impossible.
CD Projekt Red might co-develop a Witcher thing for them.
Yeah, but it'll take them a while.
But it'll take a while. And it may be like more based on the anime or something like I could see it maybe happening. They have a lot of anime licenses right now. They have a lot of Netflix specific anime licenses, which could make for
Maybe
good mobile
they'll develop
games.
like a Castlevania mobile.
Konami's never gonna make another Castlevania. Come
so
on.
maybe they'll let Netflix, since they're not going to do it
Oh,
anyways.
maybe they'll re-release the same 3 Castlevania games, but on the Netflix gaming app.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Maybe that's what they'll do.
Yeah, you're right.
This is very interesting to me. You know, Netflix lost 400,000 subscribers in North America this quarter.
Interesting.
500,000 people thought the same thing I thought, which is like, what the fuck is this anymore? Like, they've got their originals.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of originals that are very good, but they're spaced out.
Yeah.
And in between, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Just keep paying for Netflix? That's fucking crazy. They keep raising the price. That's fucking nuts.
Anthony, Paramount Plus got me.
Wait, you renewed?
It automatically did, and I didn't stop it.
Why didn't you stop it?
Because I'm in the middle of something.
Are you in the middle of the iCarly reboot?
Well, that wasn't what I was gonna say.
Are you in the middle of the SpongeBob?
Mm-mm.
Patrick Star.
Mm-mm.
Not the new Gossip Girl.
No.
What is it?
They have the other 7 seasons of Are You the One?
Oh, I forgot you're watching MTV dating trash right now. I forgot.
I'm not proud of it.
Wow. So this is the thing, is now there's so many different things to keep track of. I love all the questions that people are asking. So like 54 Aquasnakes is like, could Netflix make something based on The Boys? The Boys is actually Amazon Prime. Star Trek is on Paramount Plus. That's correct. Is Rutherford Falls on Paramount Plus? No, that's Peacock.
There's too many.
It's too much.
Yeah.
And there's like one good show on all of them.
I do want to watch Star Trek.
So here's what I'll say about Star Trek. The new one is good.
I've heard.
Picard broke my heart. It's not great.
Okay.
But Lower Decks, the Red Shirt animated series that's made by our friends at Titmouse. My friend Barry Kelly is the director on that, and there are a lot of wonderful people in the cast, like Tawny Newsome. Fucking funny ass show. It's just about red shirts.
All right.
And like what they have to do. Yeah, Lower Decks is awesome. Picard is better than Voyager. I mean, Voyager is an acquired taste. Voyager is you know, swirling a brandy snifter around and talking about how you like the thinking man's Star Trek. I love Voyager. I love Janeway.
Okay.
I think Janeway, you know, some days I wake up in the morning and I think to myself, Janeway's my favorite captain. Goes back and forth, you know? Anyway, Netflix is making games. It's coming sooner than you think. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see. I don't want to give them any more money. And that's where I'm at. Moving on.
You ever played a PGA game?
Like Golden Tea in a bar? Like you go home for like a week and you visit with your old friends from high school and you play Golden Tea in a bar?
No, like the EA PGA Tour game.
Oh, God, no, never touch the stuff.
No, of course.
Mario's not in that.
No, you're so right. And we do have better representation up to this point in Mario Golf than we do in the PGA games from EA. Not shocking.
I only like silly golf games.
That's fair. However, for those of you who do enjoy an actual EA Sport PGA game.
It is in the game.
It is in the game. And now, it is women.
Wow, it is women?
It is women.
Game is women?
Wow.
Wow, women is
are
game?
in the game.
That's, man.
Hey, everybody, it's 2021.
Wow.
Women are in the game. The upcoming 2022 spring launch of the new PGA Tour will feature women's golf. Can you believe they weren't doing that?
No.
Yes and no, right?
Yes and no. Like, yes, I can believe they weren't doing that. But I would also believe, you could tell me that anything's in a PGA game and I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You know? I have no idea what's in a PGA game and what isn't. But I think this is great.
It is good news. I'm very happy to hear it. They said a couple of things about it. Let me get back to my article here. I was pulling up another thing. It said, I'm incredibly excited the EA Sports PGA Tour laid out a vision to represent female athletes in the LPGA game. My goal is to help EA to give women the satisfaction of playing a quality golf game while seeing themselves in a variety of ways that go beyond a handful of female character models.
Let me tell you something. If you, I guess if you play PGA golf, though, you know who all the golfers are. You know all the top golfers. You know, Arnold Palmer, he's probably been dead for many years. Jack Nicklaus.
Is that? No, you're thinking of
the Joker from the 1989 Batman. Yeah.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
There do be
Tiger Woods is alive. Right?
Dead to me.
Bill Murray occasionally golfs. But but I don't know. I
I couldn't have named as many golfers as you just named, to be honest.
Scrooge McDuck.
Does he play golf?
Oh yeah, there's a great DuckTales 2017 episode with Scrooge and Glomgold playing supernatural golf in the Feywild. DuckTales 2017 is a very good show, and if you haven't watched it, watch it. Thank you. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
That's it.
I like
Yay,
this.
Women are in the game.
Look, here's the thing. It's a video game. It's a video. You should be able to be anybody you want in a video game.
Yes.
And you should be able to play as anybody you want against anybody you want in a video game because it's a video game.
Right.
When EA makes an NBA game, the WNBA should be in there and the teams should be able to play each other. I should be able to make a lineup and mix the players from all of those teams if I want to.
Absolutely.
That should just be a thing.
Right. Let me show you my favorite.
It's just a video game.
Let me show you my favorite lineup where you can mix up the teams. It's Overwatch, baby. Look, I will always be a sucker for Overwatch event skins. I think that Overwatch does events better than any other game.
Okay.
I really do.
I mean, I think
aesthetically.
Yes, I would say
skins, in cosmetics, gets me the most excited. Because I don't mean like, DLC that they do. Like, you've got ESO out here dropping new ass games, right? For events.
No, you're talking about like seasonal packs, special days.
I think they do it better than anyone else.
They really do. Aesthetically, I mean, I've told you that I there's nothing I want more than to be into Blizzard stuff. Because they just nail character and aesthetics so perfectly. And when they decide on a theme, and they nail it.
Boy, do they. And they're so willing to go outside of what their character is supposed to look like that a lot of games are not.
Yeah.
They're willing to just be like, no, this time it's okay. May's a blonde and May looks like this and it's still fucking May. So let's watch this little trailer. This is their summer event. These are the best summer skins I've ever seen them do. The summer event is usually not my thing. Of course, we have Dad 76. Okay with the abs? Fuck.
Wow.
They gave old man some abs.
Okay,
that's Ash there.
Yep. That's
With a
that's breezy,
water gun.
beachy Jennifer Hale.
Little water gun, and Bob's got a little thing on his head. Very, very cute.
This is fun.
I want to say that's an old Black Widow skin. I'm not sure if that's new, but the Symmetra skin, my God.
Wow.
Like, fuck.
That's real good.
She's a hot robot mermaid.
Yeah.
Look at May.
God damn, May's skins are always so adorable.
I know. It would appear that, once again, Diva's been left out here. Not sure what that's about. What is it, just hard to make? Oh, God, and Lucio Ball is so fun. Lucio Ball is so much fun. I thought I would like Rocket League because I liked Lucio Ball. That was not true. I just like Lucio Ball.
I like soccer in Phantasy Star Online lobbies. I'm the oldest man on the internet.
That's a perfectly fine
Oh,
skin.
Smart Monkey's very good.
Okay, like look at these. These are great. They're showing skins,
the
sprays.
floral print on that was very good.
Yeah.
Tongs.
Dad 76 is back, everybody. We love Dad 76.
That's very good.
He's very, very good.
That's great.
Oh.
And this
And Hamtaro.
we are in week 1 of the event now. It dropped yesterday. So if you are still up on Overwatch, jump on in and get these very good Hawaiian shirts.
I bought it on PC this week.
Did you?
I did. I was going to play it on Saturday. That was my plan, but we didn't get to it. Had a lot of things to do in a 5-hour stream.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I bought it on
you've
PC,
been meaning to dip back in.
I know.
You've been meaning
It was at once a very deep obsession where it was like every day I would come home and play Overwatch, and that was what I did for like a year. But yeah, I was actually too busy in a ball pit. I did spend a lot of time in a ball pit.
You did spend a lot of time in a ball pit.
Which prevented me from, getting to Overwatch.
Another big trailer drop today. We finally have some footage of that good new Ghost of Tsushima Ikishima expansion, and it do look good. We, of course, got the next-gen update of Ghost of Tsushima coming, the director's cut. The next gen update that they released, the incremental one, added some frame rate, lighting effects, things like that. Ratchet and Clank also got a really good update. But this shows Icky Island and the new things that you are going to encounter there. It do look very good. It looks pretty big. It should be, they say, an additional 10 hours of gameplay, which is a nice chunk.
Yeah.
That's very exciting. Now that they did the PS5 fancy update, I think it's time for me to jump back into Ghost of Tsushima and finish it. Yeah, I also want to jump into Ratchet and Clank now that it has the 120 hertz update.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe I'll power on my console.
Yeah, maybe you should power on your console. You'll have to find it, get it out of the box, plug it in. Let's see if you can do all that.
Hey, technically that's everything I own right now. It's not just that's in a box. Everything's in boxes. I leveled the playing field.
Good.
I have that in there.
Great.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about some Tom Clancy stuff.
Let's talk about Tom Clancy. You know, Overwatch popped this little thing into my brain. Everybody's trying to do the 6v6 hero shooters now.
Right.
You got to get your live service game going. And Ubisoft, they do be doing a new one.
The cockroach that is Ubisoft.
The cockroach that is Ubisoft. The company that made a report last week that was literally like, it turns out we're so toxic that people don't want to work for us, and we think our goal for this year is to be less toxic.
I mean, same.
I mean, that's my goal every year. I'm trying to do the work. Ubisoft, are you trying to do the work, or are you just writing reports?
Yeah. Ubisoft, are you in therapy?
Ubisoft? Eves?
Ubisoft will really come in and have a team internally analyze them to see why people won't work there, but won't just go to therapy. So, first of all, if you were ever playing the Tom Clancy mashup game Elite Squad, which I guess you probably weren't, that's going away, in theory, to make room for this new game. They're going to be shutting down as of October 4th for good, bringing the game's life to an end. They said it was not an easy decision, but after exploring multiple options with their team, we came to the conclusion that it was no longer sustainable.
I didn't even know it existed.
Yes, it was released in August of 2020, so it was pretty recent. It was announced at E3 2019.
Imagine being the team that was working on bringing out Tom Clancy's Elite Squad and then knowing this other team is also working.
This one was a free-to-play. The new one's free-to-play.
Yeah.
Which is very, very interesting.
So the new one
Yeah.
is Tom Clancy's XDefiant.
Yeah, of course it is.
XDefiant.
Yeah.
And XDefiant is going to take all your favorite characters from the Tom Clancy universe. Guy with gun and night vision goggles.
Gas mask.
Gas mask man with gun. What? All my favorite gun people are going to be there. So, initial factions include, this is going to be 6v6, and you're going to be able to pick people from Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, the wolves from Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. I hear they have guns. You're going to be able to pick characters from Echelon, from Splinter Cell. Those are guns and night vision goggles.
Of course.
The Outcasts and the Cleaners from the Division. That's guns and gas masks and backpacks.
Okay.
So that's very exciting. With more planned as the service evolves. The big thing, so this is going to play, I mean, it is going to play like a hero-based shooter. They've got ults. They've got, they've got like their melee and their long range and their heavy attack. Like, it plays like any of these other games. The thing that is supposed to be very exciting if you're a Tom Clancy fan, which means a CIA propagandist and gun nut, I said it. It means you'll be able to customize the loadout of your gun in like a Call of Duty sort of way. So your stock, your magazine, your sight, all that stuff, and you'll be able to change those things out even during gameplay.
I only want it to match my skin.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. I don't want to deal with any of that. I want it to look cute. The summer one turns into a water gun on Overwatch with a little like dangly keychain on it. The less realistic the gun is, the happier I am.
This is Overwatch for dads who watch the History Channel.
Yeah, of course every hero-based shooter is being compared to Overwatch. Naturally, Overwatch has kind of taken that pillar.
Yeah. I mean, it was the template.
Yeah, it was.
It really was the template.
There were games like it before it, but they didn't succeed as well. This seems like boring Overwatch. This seems like Overwatch for more gun people. It does not have the personality or character of a game like Overwatch.
I mean, you can see they're trying to up the colorfulness. They're trying to up like the uniqueness of these characters. They really want to make it. They really want to make them feel like they have personality.
Yeah.
The Tom Clancy brand is a huge one for Ubisoft.
But you think about Overwatch, and it's like, hey, do you want to shoot beams? Do you want to shoot a gun? Do you want to shoot fucking little balls at people? Do you want to shoot healing?
Well,
at
and I
people?
think the gameplay that they released from this looks a little bit more like Valorant, where it's mostly military, but then every once in a while somebody pulls out something that looks remotely magic, which the Valorant thing never really caught on for me because of that. It looks mostly like a shooter, and then every once in a while somebody's like, and now I throw a magic missile, and I was like, why are you using a shotgun? You have a magic missile.
Are you a wizard?
Are you a wizard? Do you have why are you're able to throw up force fields, but also you just want to throw a combat knife at people?
Wizards do not wield guns. I'm going to say canonically, and do not talk about the Harry Potter gun movie, I swear to God, right now.
I'm going to talk about
Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm going to talk about fucking cool wizards with biceps that shoot guns. That's what I'm going to talk about. You think a wizard's never shot a gun?
Yes.
I think a wizard shoots magical guns that are even cooler than real guns. Is the window open?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Why is that wild, Anthony?
Because it's like 80 something degrees outside.
It was colder out there than it was in here.
I mean, just for a moment. Pokemon Gun? Like, what was that name of that game that came out? Pokemon Gun.
I don't know. We called it
World
Pokemon
something?
Gun and Pokemon Gun only, and that's all that mattered.
What was that Pokemon Gun game where it was like literally an MMO?
Where you think you're getting into a really cute, like, Pokemon-style game, and then you use a fucking
Pal World.
Snorlax as a human shield.
It was called Pal World.
Fuck Pal World,
Where
man.
it looked like a Pokemon
Looks
MMO
hilarious.
trailer, and then all of a sudden somebody pulled out a machine gun and started just like really fucking up like whatever their equivalent of an Arcanine
and
was.
then they highlighted a bunch of, like, weird forced labor that the Pokemon creatures were doing. It's wild. If you haven't watched that trailer, you didn't see us cover it, go look it up or go back and watch that episode.
I mean, Daniel Aaron in the live studio audience says Valorant makes the powers finite. They're part of the weapon economy. I mean, that's the same with every game.
Yeah.
You don't just get to use your powers indiscriminately. Like everything has that's just a nature
Things
of
recharge.
multiplayer gameplay is recharge and cool down.
Yeah.
It's just weird that they're mixing completely realistic weapons.
Yeah.
And then like summoning a weird, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. It's simply not for me, and that's okay. I'm not a shooty gun person anymore. I like fantasy games. I like things that are a little more removed from the horrifying world I must exist in every day.
I don't need the glorification of simulation of real weapons right now. I think we need to back off on fetishization of deadly weapons and deadly force.
Like, I've got true crime for that.
Yeah. And so I don't know.
Things have been pretty bad, and we've got another piece of bad news to get to. I think before we get to it, we should do a quick check-in.
Oh.
I think we should go ahead and check in on Ross.
Okay.
And the eggs before we get to bad news.
Before we get to is it bad news next?
Yeah, we got to talk about the chair. We got to talk about this, but before we do, hold on, I'm getting a very long ad. Just a moment. It's early in the morning, and there's a lot going on. Okay, right. Yeah, man, that's eggs.
That's eggs. He's really doing it.
He's really doing it. Let's see.
He's only got 278 left in this current stack.
Egg.
There we go. And that's your egg check-in.
All
right.
So.
Here we go.
Okay. Gaming chairs. They are uncomfortable and weird. Here's the thing about gaming. The racer chair is just, it's another one of those weird gamer flexes You know what I mean? Like, it's become...
I have one.
I know, but it started off as this very, like, what I do is too cool to sit in a regular chair. I want you to know that by being a pro gamer, I need to sit in this very fast chair. That's why they look like fucking race car chairs. It's the gamer equivalent of the race car bed. Vroom vroom, look at how cool I am, look at how fast.
Now, personally, love a race car bed.
I mean, a race car bed is more fun than a gaming chair, for sure. Now, certain companies, as time have gone on, have made the racing chair a little more comfortable. They've started thinking about ergonomics, but overall,
I really love the Secret Lab ones.
Overall, the Secret Lab ones are made of like memory foam, I think is why people like them. They're pretty good, but they're still not as good as just buying an ergonomic office chair and admitting you're sitting at a desk. But my point of this, though, is because it comes, their root, their origin is in this toxic culture of, I'm a cool guy, look at my cool chair. I'm a tough guy doing tough guy things in my cool chair. Some of these companies do really feel like they're rooted in that.
Yeah, you might have seen this on Twitter. Vertagear has come under well-deserved fire this week for specifically this tweet. I'm going to sneeze, but I'm going to show it to you while I sneeze. Anyways, this sucked, obviously.
This
if you look
is
at this.
fucking trash.
So this is comparing male streamers versus female streamers as in this very unrealistic version of it. It is deeply, deeply sexist, and they really tried to make one of the boys' jokes, didn't they? There, Vertagear.
They said, is this accurate with 3 of the laugh cry emojis? And wow. So obviously people did not like that.
The thing that shocked me, though, is this is by far not the only thing they have done. Vertagear's Twitter has been fucking unhinged always.
So,
and I wasn't previously aware of it, but
yeah.
the screenshots of their other tweets, if you go through the replies to their
So,
apology, it's bananas. And I'm going to give a content warning before we get into it of like ableism, sexism.
So the order of operations here is that first tweet came out. They tweeted out an apology. But then somebody was like, yeah, cool, great apology. And it was a long-ass apology. But people were like, hey, are you going to apologize for literally the rest of your account? Because this is not the first time.
Him tunes into his favorite streamer. Her turns off Wi-Fi, #ToxicGirl101. We are neither. Has old PC, uses it for gaming. Dreams for a gamer PC. Has a gamer PC, uses it only for Facebook.
What the fuck?
Now, I want to say, this is June of 2021. This is not long ago.
Right.
And
You may think it's long ago because this meme...
Rage comics? Fucking hell.
Because this meme looks like it came from my dad.
What is this fiction? Girls, boys are pervs. They only want one thing. The only thing boys want. Are you winning, love? No. Hey, cheer up. I know you can do it.
And their comment on this.
Next game.
Remember, what is this fiction?
There was also an even deeply, deeply worse one. And this is the one that I specifically wanted to give a little bit of a content warning for because this is awful.
My face when I underestimate the power of Wall Street bets. Vertagear, 10 million
R-word.
strong. Now, here's the thing. The people in Wall Street Bets called themselves that. It's not great. Wall Street Bets, they're a toxic Reddit community that happened to have a couple good pieces of investment intel. Mm-hmm. What in your life makes you think that you, as the social media representative for a company, can just throw that word around?
What the fuck? What the actual fuck? They are a nightmare company. They have been tweeting just like nonsensical, unhinged things for ages. Their social media manager had not been fired at the time of this apology. And there was a lot of debate in the replies to it that were just like, obviously this person should be fired. And people being like, hey, no, people deserve the chance to grow and learn.
Well, for me, it's more, hey, this person should be fired. And, well,
The company should
let's
be fucking
talk
disbanded. Fuck you.
Yeah, let's talk about the people that are approving these.
Yes.
Even if
you
you're
didn't know what was happening in your company.
Even if you're the head of social media, especially, I would imagine Vertagear is not a company with tons and tons of employees.
Right.
If you're the head of social media in a small company, you still got to walk over. You got to walk to sales. You got to walk over to marketing. You got to walk over to everyone and be like, "Is this cool? Here are my tweets. They're all queued up for the week.
Right.
What do you think about these?" Somebody was watching this whole time, right? Because nobody deleted those.
Yep.
So, like, yeah, should they fire the social media person? Yeah, but,
Absolutely.
But this is something that I want to talk about because you've been a social media person.
Yes, I have.
The social media person does represent the company. And if there's one bad tweet or there's like one day where all of a sudden an account seems to get unhinged, sure, you might think that the social media person is behind that. This is a long-term engagement strategy that everyone in the company signed off on.
Right.
And I don't like when the social media person is used as the scapegoat for a large company.
Yes, absolutely. It does seem like they hired a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, it seems like all bad.
Yeah. Somebody in the responses said Vertagear is actually just 3 13-year-old Call of Duty players in a trench coat. Changed my mind.
It's just 3 Call of Duty players sitting on an uncomfortable chair.
And like even in this first apology, and they've released 2 apologies, as the internet has taught us to believe is the kind of standard. They essentially in this first apology were like, well, we wanted to not just post about products, we wanted to post things that were like relatable. We wanted to build a community.
You know, relatable shit like sexism and hatred. You know, just relatable things.
Right.
Hashtag just relatable things.
Gatekeeping.
Look, there is, and this is unfortunate, and we know it.
Mm-hmm.
You can build an audience by being toxic. It's actually very easy.
It is.
Because it goes against the social norm.
Mm-hmm.
And if other people are toxic in that same way, they are desperate to find that toxicity so they can engage with it. And you can build a community that way.
Yeah.
But I think there's a reason that I haven't heard of Vertagear as much as I've heard of some of these other companies.
And, you know, you look through the responses, and there was a lot of streamers that were like, I have a Vertagear, I'm getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Or I have a Vertagear, and I've been trying to get replacement parts for 2 years. It's really fucking gross. They're really gross. They got caught. They're clearly a company of incels. Don't buy Vertagear. If you have a Vertagear chair, set it on fire or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Don't do like the Nike thing where people were like, boycotting Nike by burning their Nike that they had already bought. But like, you shouldn't have this, especially if you're making any kind of content that'll be represented in the background. And also make sure that you're looking at who was engaging with Vertagear before this, looking at the kind of streamers that were saying, come on, it's funny. Because there were a lot of male streamers in those replies that we need to understand that these people are also shitty incel motherfuckers that should not be supported.
It's this weird last bastion of like, look, this is the way all gaming marketing used to be. Mm-hmm. And this is the way the entire, and not extremely long ago. I'm talking like 10 years ago when I was doing mainstream gaming. I'm talking 5 years ago. I'm talking today to a certain extent. And things are growing and changing, but it was not long ago. Like I was at like a GDC and like a major game studio when we were covering games at Rev 3 was like, they tried to take us to the strip club because they thought that's what you do. With GameStream, they were like, yeah, let's go. We'll go here and like, come on, like we'll party and blah, blah, blah. I was like, who's this? And we literally like looked. I remember it was me and Max Scoville. And me and Max Scoville looked at them and we were like, hey, and we looked at them and we were like, hey, who is this for? I was like, is that just where you want to go? Or do you think we want to go there? Because we're good. Like, do you just want to go to a bar and talk about your game? Like,
I don't want to go to a bar and talk about your game anymore after that.
And let me tell you something. Well, the reason I asked is because like they were a younger studio, and I think they just had come up with like working as like assistants at places like EA and 2K where shit like that went on, and like one of them was a woman who was new in the industry, and like the moment we said that, she was like, yeah, actually, yes, that'd be great. Let's go to because I think there were still press that would do that with them.
Son of Orpheus in a live studio audience said, yeah, back when G4 spoke for the industry.
I mean, look, it's the Maxim magazine, G4 man show, late 90s, early 2000s. like games are for adults, and look at how adult dudes we are. Look at
men.
Look at how
Not just
men.
adults.
Look at how men we are. We have racing chair. Look how men we are. We play game where shoot gun. You know what I mean? It's like there's so much blood in this game.
And this is your reminder.
And it's just left over from that.
That these companies still exist, and these companies are out there trying to convince you that they are part of the new world that we have built and that we have worked so fucking hard to make progress from.
G Soto is talking about booth babes, which have been banned from just about every large event.
Booth babes have only been gone for a few years.
But just for a couple years. And the sad thing about most booth babes is most of them had PR or journalism degrees.
Yep.
And that was how you used to get into games PR.
Yep.
For a mainstream. You would have to be a booth babe. You would have to be a spokesmodel for a few years to get into the PR department.
I know booth babes have only been gone for a few years because I've only been on the con circuit for a few years, and I've been asked to be a booth babe.
Yeah, and there's still because there are still representatives.
Yeah.
And that's every trade show wants to put attractive people in front of you to talk about the product.
Sure, but literally stand out there in something skimpy and walk around and try and draw people to the booth.
Trisha Hirschberger, friend of the show, and Meredith Molinari, my dear friend who used to co-host PlayStation E3 with me, have a ton of stories about having to be trade show hosts because that was literally the only way they could get into the industry then.
Yep.
So it's been toxic for a long time, and this is just like marketing companies like this. They still come from this toxic part of the community that is still there. It is getting smaller. I have seen it. I genuinely believe with all my heart it is getting smaller. Things are better and better as we go on. But a few years ago, it would have taken a lot of time for these guys to get called out.
Yeah.
And to go away. And the response would have been 50-50.
It
Still took a little too long.
still took too long.
I think most people just didn't notice.
I mean, they had a following. There were people engaging with them.
How many followers did they have? Were they known?
I don't know how many followers they had. They currently, even after all of this, have over 100,000.
Okay, so they're not tiny.
They're not tiny. They're really not. Also, there are a lot of people in chat being like, I enjoyed some of the content, but some of it,
Right.
If some of it's sexist, the network, the foundation is sexist, and supporting any of it supports all of it. If you say, well, I like the games, but I don't like the sexism, and you still show up for the games, then you have condoned the sexism.
Yeah.
Then you have allowed them to continue personally. We speak with our wallets, we speak with our time, and if we give them our time and our attention, going like, well, I don't like all of what they do, that's what allows them to keep doing it. That's what enables them, and that's what tells them it's okay and you're fine with it. Some of us don't have the privilege to allow that because it puts us in danger in the workplace.
I remember when I first started working with Sessler, I told him, I was like, hey man, X-Play was hugely influential to me. Like I love you. Like I'm glad that we get to work together. But I told him, I was like, I would watch clips. I was like, I would watch your reviews because I thought your reviews were pretty funny. I was like, there was some stuff that I could, X-Play, if you remember, had a lot of jokes about people without homes and a lot of jokes about people with substance abuse issues. And usually the two were conflated and played as a joke. The drugged up hobo and things like this. And I was like, I just couldn't watch it, man. It's just lazy and cheap, and it's just, I don't know who it's playing to, but it made me uncomfortable,
So don't be part of the community that allows these things to continue.
Yeah.
When there are so many great communities that are fighting against it and making progress. Anyways, let's get back to other stuff.
There's
so much other stuff.
There's so much other stuff. Let's move on. I want to do an update.
Oh?
I want to do an update to a very funny story from last week that happened in the Ukraine.
Okay.
You might remember this. The security organization of the Ukraine, basically their secret service, found out that there was a warehouse next to a power company that was stealing huge amounts of electricity. Huge amounts of electricity.
Yes.
And when they broke in, they found hundreds of PCs, thousands of PS4s, and they said it was an illegal crypto mining operation. Illegal crypto. But it turns out, And we were like, why PS4s? And we were like, well, I guess if whatever you can get your hands on.
Yeah,
like,
whatever can do it is better than nothing, I guess. And
But-
we're supposed to be limited by the power company, but there was some power company that might be involved.
So the power company is probably involved, and we were like, well, but people who are familiar with the security organization were like, wait a minute, there's something not right about this. They dug into it. They weren't farming crypto, Saige. Do you know what they were farming?
What were they farming, Anthony?
FIFA trading cards. They had thousands of bots playing FIFA to farm the superstar cards. It's Pokemon for FIFA players. It's FIFA Ultimate Team cards. Digital in-game sales from FIFA, the Ultimate Team mode. You have to get virtual decks of players to create your team for Ultimate Team mode, and some of these players are very rare. And so you had to get digital versions, like these digital cards. It's a good plan. It's a better plan than the crypto, I think. It's a better plan. Because, man, you can make a lot of money off of those. Crypto values are going up and down. You never know what the market's going to be like. But, yes, PS Witch understands in the live studio audience. But, Saige, football is life.
Okay, well, fair. You know? What? Fair.
Fair. I fucking love this. I just wanted to give that update because I thought it was amazing. The criminal enterprise was using bots to play FIFA and farm Ultimate Team cards. Ugh. So good.
Dude.
Dude.
That's great. That's the best thing that could have been. I'm so glad it's not crypto.
I'm so glad too. I
say that all the time. There are many things, many times throughout the day that
anytime a guy approaches you, I'm so glad he's not going to talk about crypto.
Yeah, he'll say anything else, and I'll be like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad that wasn't crypto." Wow, that's really nice. While we're talking about ways you can spend a lot of money.
Oh my god, this is so exciting to me. I saw this story and I lost my goddamn mind, Saige. This is such a Venn diagram of everything that is me. And you know this.
I do know this. Yeah, this is excellent.
So, a long, long time ago, before the very good Super Mario Brothers movie starring Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, there was a very good animated film that came out in Japan in 1986. It has been not lost to time, but it's hard to watch.
It's hard to watch. It needed to be restored desperately, and Lord knows the father of Nintendo was not going to do it. Mario's dad would never allow it.
No, it's a very strange and interesting movie. It's got like some very weird humor that is not, it's not canon to Super Mario Brothers. It doesn't fit with the vibe now. The only surviving copies were like VHS dubs. One gentleman has spent $20,000 of his own money assembling actual 16 millimeter prints of the 1980s Super Mario Brothers movie and restoring them frame by frame. Look how clean this is.
That looks so good.
This is the actual work print, restored frame by frame. Now, all they've done so far is the alignment, basic scanning, and basic cleanup. It still has to go through color timing. It still has to go through some audio restoration.
It's the full movie they've uploaded,
It's
right?
the full movie. This is it.
I've never seen it.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it. An interesting fact about this movie is the final battle of this movie is where the N64 grab Bowser by his tail and spin him came from. This was where it appeared first in 1986.
Wow.
They got it from this.
It's not where everyone thinks it says "So long, gay Bowser."
So long, gay Bowser. Removing that, by the way, Nintendo and 3D All-Stars is LGBT erasure. Bowser's gay. Sorry. Bowser's at least bi. They're a throuple. We've talked about this.
Bowser is pan. I'm going to say it. Bowser is pan.
Yeah, Bowser's
in the same
pan.
way that Lando is pan.
Yeah,
because Lando is pan, because Loki is pan.
Because you're walking around with so many different wonderful fantasy creatures around.
Imagine human sex coming into play. Absolutely not. I refuse to accept that he would be like human women only.
No way. No way.
Absolutely not.
It was heavily implied in Solo that Lando fucked that robot.
Yeah.
Lando and his droid.
Canonically pan.
Yeah, Lando's canonically pan and canonically had a romantic and sexual relationship with his robot, with his droid. Listen, this is the way it is. You're Captain Kirk's. You're Zap Brannigan's.
Yeah.
Anybody who goes into space.
Yeah.
And doesn't come back.
Yeah.
Having had a physical encounter with a gelatinous cube of some kind.
Why are they all men?
Think about that.
I'm just saying, we could use a little more queer representation for women in space.
Yeah.
We could use a little more representation for women.
All we really
space.
had was Barbarella, and she was she had sex with an angel.
Uh-huh.
And a bunch of different, but it was really male gazy, unfortunately.
Yes.
But I think
correct.
Barbarella is the closest thing we had.
It is. You can't be straight in space.
You can't be straight in space.
I've said it on stream, and it's something that I would like to put on a T-shirt.
Oh, I would love that on a T-shirt. There's no way to be straight in space.
You can't be straight in space.
What are you gonna do? Be straight in space. Excuse me. Does your alien civilization have a concept of male and female? Mm-hmm. If so, I would like to only have sex with the female version of. No, get out of here.
No, absolutely not.
Get out of here.
Lots of kittens.
You can't be straight in space.
I'll take you up on that.
We will take you up on that. We will take you up on that. Just a couple more minutes here. First of all, you know that we don't buy useless things here.
Never.
We don't buy useless crap, tiny plastic things that have no use.
No, of course not.
We're very smart with our money here. We don't make impulse purchases.
We don't play into things like that.
No, that's not what we're about.
Well, I mean...
But we just want to show you this. We just want to show you animated meme Wolverine.
It's from Mondo. Mondo makes great figurines.
This is part of their SDCC exclusive. Of course, it's an online event, so I believe you are able to order it online tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time. It might be 9 a.m. Be sure you're subscribed to Mondo News. That's how they release all this stuff. This is such a good moment. Like, this is not their first meme figure. They, of course, have made the SpongeBob meme figure before. That was one of their SDCC exclusives a couple years back.
I missed that.
Oh, they love to do stuff like that. This is the latest in their thing, in that sort of line where they take memes of a character and make it into a figure. Don't look up the price of those SpongeBobs on eBay. Don't. I looked one up. I looked one up for your birthday last year.
I got you a Mondo figure for your birthday.
Yeah. You got me super plastic. You got me a super plastic. You got me a super plastic gorillas.
You're right, I looked at the Mondo stuff.
But one of the important things about Mondo figures is all of the cool accessories they come with. And there is one very good accessory that comes with this. I want to show you. So this is, of course, the figure with the accessories that it comes with. You get a bunch of different hands. You get a bunch of different heads. You get the very sad head, which is the SDCC exclusive version. You can get the Logan head. You can get the chicken wing. You can get a morph head, which I think is really funny. But then it comes with the frame, and I just want to say, you can slide the photo out of the frame. There's a slot at the top, and you can slide in whatever you want into the frame.
Damn, that's good. Damn, that's good.
You can put whatever picture you want in that frame for Sad Wolverine.
Damn, that's really good.
Oh, thank you, EQ Washu. Universal Orlando has SpongeBob meme figures in the SpongeBob shop. Oh, that's great. That makes life so much easier.
Oh my god.
You can just go and get one.
guess I'd have to go to Florida for it.
I bet they have one at the.
You think they'd have one here?
I bet they have one here.
Yeah, maybe.
SpongeBob's popular. They're not gonna not sell you a SpongeBob.
There's a bunch of like actually like interesting news, but I really don't want to move on without talking about this one.
Oh no, let's definitely talk about it. I put that one in for you.
Thank you, because I have a lot of personal feelings about the Sims DS games.
Mm-hmm. We've talked about it before. Of course, we talked about the Herbs as well.
Yeah, Sims in the City, The Herbs on GameCube is also an excellent game. It's my favorite Sims game personally. But Sims 2 and Sims 3 for the Nintendo DS are a fever dream. And I always talk about Sims 3, and I don't talk about Sims 2 enough.
Wasn't Sims 3 like, it was just a collection of mini games and stuff?
No. The Sims 3 was you move into a town that's clearly been affected by aliens.
Oh, I thought that was the Herbs on GameCube.
No. The Herbs on GameCube is like really like weirdly like kawaii in a lot of areas. It's
Right.
It's like it exists in little Tokyo,
No, so
essentially.
I'm thinking
It's
of
more of a traditional Sims game.
right.
But it's
I'm
a lot
thinking
more
of The Sims
fashionable.
3 where it's like Sims are being abducted by aliens.
Yes, so you move into a town where you are asked to take over a hotel because the owner spontaneously disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
You get a metal detector, you go out into the woods, you discover aliens, you're a vigilante by night if you choose to be. There's an operation downstairs where you can print money, and you can only print a certain amount per day without getting caught because you build this into your like hotel, and you can choose whether or not to
What
commit
a
crimes.
wild fucking game.
It has nothing to do with The Sims.
Other-
Nothing to do with The Sims. You're like
It's an accurate simulation of my life.
You're always getting called up to rooms to like manage them for people. It'll be like, my sink's broken. You're going up and like fixing the sink and shit for people.
Yeah.
But there's like a little thing in the middle, the center there, that's like a little cat face. So when you click that, you become the vigilante to go and fight crime. And you have to do that when there's an attack on your hotel.
It's a
But
strange
you can't
game.
get caught flipping. It's incredible.
It's a strange game is what we're
It's
getting at.
Incredible.
It's very weird.
If I could stream it, I would stream it so freaking hard.
I'll show you how to stream it.
Oh, Anthony, show me how to stream The Sims 2 and 3 for Nintendo DS.
I'll show you.
It's going to be hard because it would be partially touchpad.
I'll show you how.
Anyways, people are catching on, y'all.
Anyway.
Kotaku. What?
What?
I didn't say anything like it.
Anyways.
No.
That's the third time I've done it. It's unfortunate now.
People are catching on. Kotaku put out an article that says folks think that The Sims 2 on Nintendo DS is haunted. And that's because they went in expecting a Sims game and were not prepared for a Sims DS game like the rest of us, because I've been warning you about this forever. One of the first stages of the game, you had to try and blow up the mayor. Yeah, you fucking did, dude. These were the characters. They were completely different. Tristan Legend, you ever caught a meteor with your bare hands? It takes time to get used to the heat and the pain, but it's a good cure for loneliness.
So weird. So weird.
Just look at this. Oh, no, this is music. I don't want the music.
This came
I just
from
want the
a
gameplay.
Reddit thread that was posted to Creepy Gaming, which you know. I mean, I'm just gonna go right ahead and
Yeah.
because that's where I want to be. Wait,
What?
never mind. Creepy Gaming, and somebody brought it up. It's like, hey, I immediately felt I got this game for my 9th birthday. I felt like there was something extremely off about it. It felt spooky. There was the threat of alien invasion. It's
Maybe
just
The Sims 2 that I'm thinking.
there was
of.
time travel. He was like the ambiance was strange. They would speak in a way that wasn't even the regular Simlish from the games.
Maybe
and
it
people
is
were
The
like-
Sims 2 that I've always been talking about.
People were like, yeah, there was something post-apocalyptic about it.
It
It
is.
felt very empty. Like the streets were like strangely empty, and the buildings were strangely empty. Almost like nothing existed until you needed it to, in like a weird fever dream way.
The Sims 2 on DS is a liminal space.
A few of the townsfolk were weird characters like Mole Man, Alien Emperor, an old man. It sounds very odd. It adds to the scary ambience of Strange Town because it's like obviously people are going to lose their minds in this small ass speck of life in the middle of an endless desert.
Somebody recreated this because the other photos are like literally too blurry to look at, but like that's what your little town looked like. That's an original photo of it, but
Very weird.
that's it. That's the extent of it. That's the whole thing.
Fun fact, if you feed the cows in this game chocolate, it makes them brown and you get chocolate milk.
Yep.
What an odd game.
This is a weird bar you get access to. Fucking wild. It was honestly, oh man, I don't know why, But vacuuming was so fun. They made vacuuming so fun because you would suck things up and you would watch this little tube here and you would find stuff and you would have to stop it and collect it.
The game was things would get caught in your vacuum?
Yeah, it was just like you would have to vacuum. You had to, like, there would be a pile on the floor and you'd have to vacuum or else people would rate your hotel poorly. And then you would find little things in your vacuum, little treasures.
There's apparently a cult plot.
Yeah.
They worship cows.
Yeah, big time. There's an alien in your hotel.
What an odd thing.
I want to see if I can find the money printing room. But yeah, there's your hotel that you run. Again, completely fucking empty all the time. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Everything is different.
It's okay. I want to play this game now.
It's so good, Anthony.
So, G Soto is asking, was that a sanity meter?
Yeah. Yeah, if you spent too much time around aliens, you'd go insane.
The Sims. Imagine a parent thinking that they're buying their kid just like a regular mobile version of The Sims, and then like your kid is playing like a weird Lynchian cult indoctrination.
And that's exactly what happened. I was playing this in the car every day.
I love it. That's so good. So good.
It's wild. I'm going to need an emulator on this stat.
Yeah, we'll set you up.
I wonder if somebody has done an upscale on it.
If you play the right DS emulator, it'll do a pretty nice job.
Okay.
It'll do a pretty nice job. There might be a texture pack or something.
I hope it doesn't get expensive on eBay because of this. I'm going to go look for an actual one.
What should we... Okay. In additional... Like, look, we don't buy useless things. We don't buy things we don't need. We don't collect things. We don't hoard things. Saige, we especially do not collect and hoard shoes.
Yeah.
You know?
No, not shoes.
That's not a thing we would do.
No, why would we?
Now, Nike does get a little cheeky sometimes, though.
They do. The last time I was interested in a pair of Nikes, though, were the ones that had human blood in it from Lil Nas X.
Yeah, which Nike didn't really make, but these are actual Nike sneakers that I'm about to talk about. Now, Nike does not. Nike will come out with colorways and just call them a colorway. And they're clearly meant to represent something, but they don't have the license, right? Star Wars, for shoes, the Star Wars licensor is Adidas.
Yeah.
Nike doesn't have it. Doesn't have that license. But Nike do have something coming out. These are friends of the show over at Fantha Tracks. We love you, Fantha Tracks.
What are those, some Boba Fett colored
Those
sneakers?
are Boba Fett sneakers. But Saige, it's not just a Boba Fett sneakers.
No?
No, it's not just the Boba. And I like to think that this is dad bod Boba Fett sneakers.
Yeah,
I like to think of everything as the Tamora Morrison.
of course.
Uh,
Also, hi, Cordy, I love you.
hey. Well, if that isn't an X-Wing pilot, I don't know what is. Hey. What's this, Saige?
Is that Kylo?
What's this?
Red in it? I'm assuming
It's a
that's
little.
like
I think it's a Vader. I think it's a
You think it's a
Vader.
Vader?
That's his chest. That's his chest thing. I think it's a little Vader.
Yeah, you're right.
How about that?
The red in it associates more to Kylo to me.
Mm-hmm.
I associate more red with Kylo.
Yeah. Yeah. But this, I think this is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the blue piece. I see it.
It's
That
so
looks
good.
very good.
It's so
I'm not
good.
a sneaker person, so it's like not hard for me to resist these things. I
Yeah.
am still thinking about that that sad Wolverine though.
The sad Wolverine I'm thinking about all the time. I learned about it 2 days ago, and now I can't get it out of my head, and now you all have to think about it with me.
I need them to have a buy it now on this.
There's no buy it now on that?
Nah, dog. It's $5 and it's a bidding, and I'm not gonna sit around and bid.
That's in good shape.
Find one that's I'm allowed to.
What are you
going
gonna do with it? Are you gonna actually play it, or are you gonna frame it, or put it on a shelf? You're gonna play
I'm
it.
gonna play it. I think it'll. I mean, this should play on my 3DS, no problem. It should
Oh, yeah.
play all DS games.
Yeah.
And I have a 3DS laying around.
It absolutely will. Should we
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna buy that.
do it? Buy it.
Oh, there's also a Kaylee in chat.
Hi, Kaylee. Hi, Cordy. Hi, everybody.
Buddy. I don't even know. I'm so into this Sims thing, and I've literally been yelling about this on the internet for so long.
Yeah.
And everybody's
You've
been
been
like, "What?"
You've been yelling about it to me. We've been yelling about it to each other because we
Yeah.
love weird games.
And I'm telling you, for weird games, for once, it's a weird game that I've played and you haven't. I need you to do this with me.
Yeah. We should do that. We should do Mizurna Falls. We should do that weird Japanese Twin Peaks game.
I would love that. I would love to play
We
that.
should just do weird games.
Another thing that I'm thinking is also we should watch that Mario movie and talk about it on Patreon.
There is a subtitled version of that movie that's on YouTube floating around. I believe it's from the VHS dub.
So, just saying.
Just saying.
Maybe at some point we'll do that. That won't be for this week. We'll, of course, have an extra clip on Friday. But hey, it's 9:37. We're probably going to end it there.
We got to end it there.
Sims. Weird games. If you have any kind of like real weird games that you think we might have missed and you think we should play, leave it in the Discord. Jump in that It's Too Early channel. The link will be right there in the chat for you to jump in. It's completely free to get in the Discord, y'all. So take advantage of it. Do it. Have some fun. Join the community. It helps us out. It really does. It means the world to us. And us being able to show that we have a community that cares about the stuff we're making will always benefit us and being able to continue doing this.
Yeah. I mean, honestly... Look, we're about to go through a big thank you to everybody who supported us monetarily throughout the show today. But we want you to know that we just make this show, every show on this channel. Yeah. We just make these shows hoping that people will show up and watch them and get a kick out of them. And if you've been enjoying them, we've done it. We are successful, and you have helped us attain that success, and we are so thankful for your support. But we do want to go through and thank the people that followed, that donated, that subbed, because we appreciate them as well. Light Off, Fallout Fan, Chucky O, Broken Quest. Thank you for the follows. Lots of kittens with the 4-month resub. NTSK24, Squirrel Noob, D's89, Nail Game Plus. Thank you for the follows. Suit Michael with the resub for 3 months. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Michael. Mercer B. I don't know why that sounded sinister when I said good morning to Michael.
Good morning.
Good morning, Michael. Mercer B. Joel Septim. Navron76. Thank you for the follows. Just Call Me DJM with 1,000 bits. Thank you. Gaijin Wolf 666. Savvy467, JD Lawson, or thank you for the follows, and JD Lawson, thank you for the Prime sub, taking a little bit of money out of Amazon's pocket, which we need to do because they're just going to space with it. Kalen Roar with this super generous gift subs, just so many gift subs.
Thank you.
Kalen Roar, I know what you're going to say. I'm doing it again. I will always confirm. You did not screw up a decimal point somewhere, right? We are good. Okay.
Barrios Butter with that 2-month resub. And Ilyas El Kafi, thank you so much for that sub. So appreciated.
So appreciated.
Thank you all for showing up and supporting us today. It means the world. It's very cool of you. And hey, if you want to support us in other ways, make a clip of the show. Make a GIF of that thing that Anthony was doing earlier. Share it. Tell people to watch the show.
Oh, you mean giving
giving
intense insight into the technical specs of the Steamdeck? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, cool. I don't know if that'll make an interesting GIF, but yeah, that's fine if you want to do that.
You know what I mean.
I can't think of anything else I did that was GIF worthy. But also, hey, just sharing the show when we go live, tweeting about the show. If you like the show, sharing clips with your friends, making clips with for your friends and with your friends. Get together, make some clips of the show. Have a clip making party. They're so fun. Everybody's doing them right now. I don't remember that ever happening. Joining the Discord, like we said, suggesting stories for us to cover on the show in the It's Too Early channel. This is all fine, but I don't remember it happening. This is clearly a deep fake.
This is in the Discord.
No,
so
that's a deep fake.
You'll find that if you go to the Discord.
That is a deep fake.
And for nothing else, go to the Discord for that. That's a gift. It's there. You can have it.
And also sharing VODs either here on Twitch with your friends who are on Twitch, or we post every VOD on YouTube. If you missed the show one morning, or you want to rewatch it, or you want to send it to friends who aren't Twitch native, check it out on YouTube.
And hey, also check out that extra clip that we post on Patreon every week.
Oh shit!
It's $5 a month.
$5 a month. You get extra clips.
For extra clips, stuff we don't talk about here. The clips range from like 5 minutes to an hour.
5 minutes to an hour.
We've done an hour-long Patreon clip.
Didn't we do? Wasn't our Snyder thing like an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Usually they come in about 15 minutes. 15 minutes of extra content. Very cool. That's it.
That's it.
Anthony, hey.
Hey.
What else is your deal?
Well, a major depressive disorder, light anxiety.
Oh, no, I meant like where else can they find you on the internet?
I'm everywhere at a Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. We're playing Skyward Sword HD right now on my channel. It's been about 4 hours, and any moment now we're going to be done with the tutorial. So come watch that. We're very excited for the gameplay to start. Also, every Friday, I have a science comedy podcast with Jeff Kanata called We Have Concerns. Last week's episode of that was very, very good. If you enjoy that, if you enjoy science and stupidity, that's a great place to be. And of course, every Friday, in addition to being on this show, I am on our live play D&D show, Failed Safe, here on this very channel, 7 p.m. Pacific time, Friday night. Saige is tapping me because there's a very special episode on Friday, and she's going to explode if I don't let her say it.
You can say it. Just someone has to say it. We're doing our first in-person episode of Failed Safe this Friday. Please don't miss it. It is live at 7 p.m. Pacific. We have never gotten to play all in the same room before, and it is not only a very special episode, not only in person, but it is the wedding of Xander Jeanneret and Abria Iyengar's characters, Fess and Bora.
I've never heard
It's going to be amazing. We're all getting dressed up. It's going to be so much fun.
Yo, you would not even believe the shit I bought for this.
Yeah? Oh, I can't wait.
You're going to lose your damn mind when you see my chirp.
Oh, I can't wait.
I play a very beautiful Aarakocra, and you better believe I'm showing up as a beautiful Aarakocra.
Incredible. In-person episode for the wedding. Very exciting. A huge thank you to Nox and Fob over at the Scabby Rooster. Nox is a dear friend of the channel, of course, also known as the person who ran God's Metal Ragnarok for us. Incredible GM. Can we get a shout out in chat for Scabby Rooster? That's the location we're going to be at, and they're just too kind and generous to help us make it possible. It's very cool.
Scabby,
yeah, there we go. They have like a cool tavern set up, and they're letting us use it for this episode, and we couldn't literally do it without them.
Hey, Saige.
Yes, there it is.
Fuck is you about?
Oh, fuck is I about? Good question. Hi, I go by Not Sage everywhere on the internet. I stream on my channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So tonight I will be live on my channel. In between then and now, you will find me over on the Smosh Games channel. And tomorrow, you will find me on the D&D channel for the Black Dice Society. And you find me on this channel all the damn time.
All
Monday,
the
Wednesday,
damn
Friday
time.
for this show at 8 a.m. Pacific. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we've got other stuff too. We've got tabletop. We've got the princesses on Saturday. We got One Time on the Internet on Sunday.
And if you're
this channel allows me to keep existing.
And if you're tired of our stupid faces, Thursday
Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
You can watch Trouble in Techburg, which is our Kids on Bikes live play show with DM or GM Kaylee Bray, who is in.
GM is not Kaylee Bray, but Kaylee Bray plays on it.
Kaylee's not the
Kaylee's a
GM. Sorry,
player on it.
I'm so used to calling Kaylee a GM.
Yes, because she deserves to be acknowledged exactly as such.
Even though every show that I do with Kaylee, she is not a GM.
Yes, but she has the GM energy.
She has GM energy.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. She has constant GM energy.
That's exactly what it is. Trouble in Techburg.
Kaylee, am I coming over to your
show.
place right now to play with swords?
Trouble in Techburg is an excellent live play of Kids on Bikes. It is so much fun. If you like Stranger Things, it's like Kaylee describes it as like a silly Stranger Things. You got a bunch of cool kids in the 90s doing weird shit. And it's very cool. And look, we've already got you on that schedule. We've already got you getting up at 8 a.m. with us. Go watch them. We won't be here tomorrow, so you might as well. There. Right? All right. Check that out. Follow the channel if you haven't already. We love you, baby.
Get out of bed on a Thursday? Ugh, in this economy?
Should we raid over to your friend here who's eating eggs?
Yeah, let's raid over to Ross.
We never have a raid on this show because no one's ever online at 9:45 a.m. So we're raiding over to Rubber Ninja. Presumably, egg too early.
Egg too early.
That's your raid call. Jump on that. Let them know that we have arrived.
He's a good boy, that Ross.
We love you so much. You're the best people on the internet. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for spending your morning with us. And we'll see you very soon.
Bye, BBs.
Bye, babies. See you on Friday.